Hi students, this is Mrs. Marinelli with Electronic Calculating, Business 268. This video is working on Lesson 19, Extending Invoices and Quantity Pricing. I'm on page 116 in your Electronic Calculating book. Extending invoices, when we multiply the quantity, how many items, by the unit price, which is the price for one, then we're getting the extension, how much it costs for however many we are buying. That is called extending an invoice. If we are given a trade discount, then we will subtract the discount, and then depending on the tax you're in, the state that you're in, we would add sales tax. So we're going to use a cumulative multiplication to get the extensions, and then we'll want to put the extensions into memory so we don't have to re-add all of the extensions to find the total. So remember, we deduct discounts and we add sales tax. So if you look on page 117, we're buying 13 5-drawer files. One costs $242. So 13 times 242 is going to be 3,146, and you would put that in memory. So remember to estimate, say 10 times 250. 40 4-drawer files at 230 each, so 40 times 230 equals 9,200. You would put that into memory. So for each one, quantity times price, you would put into memory. And then that's going to give you your total that's in memory. So we need to bring that number up into the tape. So we would do a memory recall in Judy's 10 key. And then we have a single discount. When we have a single discount, we can use the P, or we can change the number, the percent, to a decimal. So if I did 25p, that will give me the discount. We subtract the discount from the total. So if we hit minus, the machine knows to subtract that from the total to give us the new net price. And then we're going to add sales tax. So multiply the net price times 5.5p to get the amount due. So let me do this on Judy's 10 key for you. Make sure memory is clear. So 13 times 242 is the extension for the 5-drawer. Put that into memory. 40 times 230. So 9,200 is for the 4-drawer. Put that into memory. 21 times 170. The 3,570 is for the 2-drawer, and put that into memory. So what's in memory is the total, 15,916. So I'm going to recall that number and take it times the single trade discount, 25p. So 3,979 is the discount. Hit minus. 11,937 is the new net price. Now we need to add tax, which is a single increase, not a discount. So times 5.5p 10P, 656, and I get 53. Your book has 54. Judy's 10K rounds a little bit differently. So that's the tax, and add tax, $12,593.54 is the amount due. So we've done, let me do little invoices before. You've done pay rate, which is hours times hourly rate. And we did invoices in chapter 11. So the only thing different we're doing is adding sales tax and deducting the discount. So that's what you're going to do on page 118. Page 119 is a little different. On page 119, the quantity times the unit price, getting the total, is the same, but the difference is we have a series discount. Remember, when we have a series, we need to find the complements of the discount, which is going to give us what we're going to pay instead of savings. So what's the complement of 20%? 80% as a decimal 0.8. 10% complement as a decimal 0.9. So 90% again, and 0.9 as the decimal. So when you are multiplying the total times the complement, you are going to be getting the net price. You're not going to be getting the discount amount, because we're multiplying it by the complement of the discount. So you need to make sure, for example, on page 119, when you're taking the complements of the discount, you're getting answer number 24, not 23. So we'll have to subtract the net price from the total to get the amount saved, and then add the sales tax. So let's do this with Judy's 10P. So I'm not going to do all of the price times quantity. You would do your price times quantity and put all that into memory, and when you're done, your memory will be 1,526 and 64 cents. So I am going to put that into memory. So I just saved the steps, and then we would recall that number. Then we're going to take it times the trade discount, so times 0.8, the complement, times 0.9 times 0.9, and our net price is $989.26. The difference between these two is the discount. So I'm going to make that a negative number, put it into memory. So the discount is $537.38. The total minus the net gives you the discount. So now I need to bring up, I need to use the 989. So If I hit my plus key twice, it brings that number back up. Now we have the single tax rate, so multiply that times 5p. So the sales tax is $49.46. And if I hit plus, it adds these two together. So my amount due, $1,038.73. So you're going to be doing that same thing on page 121 because 121 has a series of discounts. Okay, also on 121 we are learning to work with items other than just one. So how many eggs are in a dozen? 12. So a dozen has 12. A gross is a dozen. 12 times 12 is 144. A ream of paper has 500 sheets. A pack of whatever has 12. The shortcut or the abbreviation for 100 is C and 1,000 is M. So looking on page 121, you are buying 100 erasers, 100 individual erasers, but the price is per dozen, not one eraser. So if I take 100 times $6, that would be $600 for 100 dozen. I'm not buying 100 dozen, I'm only buying 100 erasers. So we have to take the 100 times 6 and divide by 12 to get the individual 100 erasers. So all of these are by the dozen or the gross, but I'm not buying per dozen. So you're going to have to divide for each of those. So 100 times 6 divide by 12, put that into memory. And then this is the same as what you did in the previous page. You have the series that you are going to get the net price, subtract the net price from the total to get the discount amount, and then add the tax to the net price. So the only difference is the price is per dozen or gross, but you're not buying by the dozen or gross. Page 122. This is basically the same, except ream you divide by 500, package you divide by 12, and then you're not getting the total, so you don't need to use memory. Page 123, the unit price is per 100 or 1,000, so you divide by 100 or 1,000. But if I were buying $10 dozen pencils, and if the price were $1.25 per dozen, then you would not divide. I am buying a dozen. So 10 times $1.25, because I'm buying a dozen and the price is per dozen, you do not do the division. So that is it for lesson 19. Remember, you have your Judy's 10 key packet to use to help you, and then also the explanations in a book. Have a good day, everybody.